in jail but refusing to quit.
Representative, are you going to be resigning?
A state representative returns to Beacon Hill in handcuffs, fighting to keep his job.
Snow back in the forecast this weekend. I'll have the timeline and a look ahead at another bitter blast.
A family's anger erupts as a judge decides whether the mother of a missing boy can stand trial.
And pulled over for a proposal. The elaborate engagement orchestrated by a man who called New Hampshire police for an assist.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News at 6 starts right now.
Now at 6, a state lawmaker turned state lawbreaker brought from jail to Beacon Hill in handcuffs. It was an extraordinary move as the House tries to decide what to do if he does not resign. I'm Jack Whitty.
I'm Lisa Hughes. Carlos Enriquez was convicted on assault charges last week and sentenced to 6 months in jail. But so far, he's ignoring the demands to resign. John Keller was the only TV reporter at the State House when Enriquez was brought in to face an ethics panel. And John, we have to know what happened next.
Well, Lisa, Jack, we really don't know very much because ethics committee proceedings are kept secret. But we do know the embattled lawmaker's trip to the State House today was a highly unusual development in what's become a standoff between Enriquez, political establishment that wants him out. An unprecedented sight on Beacon Hill, a sitting legislator being perp-walked into the State House. Representative, are you going to be resigning? No response from Representative Enriquez. And by law, no one inside the Ethics Committee meeting is allowed to comment on what went on. The governor and the House Speaker have joined a chorus of voices calling Representative Enriquez to resign. But today's proceedings did nothing to clarify whether or not he will. Sir, anything to say to your constituents? More silence from Enriquez as he returned to jail. But his attorney had plenty to say as she continued to question the testimony of the young woman who claimed Enriquez assaulted her on a date gone bad in the summer of 2012.
I don't believe that your character shows at 37 years of age. I think it's there, and there are signs of it from early on. I mean, he doesn't even have any kind of involvement whatsoever with uncharged conduct, allegations, no prior restraining orders, no prior anything. So I think that his character should be judged on that.
Do you feel your client's being railroaded in any way?
You know, the trial process is what it is. I think, you know, we went in knowing that it was, there may not necessarily be a jury of his peers per se.
Governor Patrick, House Speaker DeLeo, and Boston Mayor Marty Walsh, a former political ally of Enriquez, have all called for his resignation. And today's meeting was a step in the process toward expulsion from the House. But his attorney certainly sounds ready to fight, insisting that her client was poorly served by having his case heard by an all-white jury. Lisa, back to you.
All right, John, thank you. Imprisoned former Speaker Sal DeMaisi will have to wait to see if the Supreme Court will hear his appeal. DeMaisi's petition went to a Supreme Court conference today. No decision made. DeMaisi is appealing his conviction on corruption charges. Right now, he is in a federal prison in North Carolina and battling cancer.
Well, this is just how bad winter has been. Temperatures tomorrow in the 30s are actually going to feel pretty good. But that warm-up is going to come with some snow. Our old friend Todd Guckner joins us tonight with the AccuWeather forecast. Todd?
Jack, a thaw that includes snow. It doesn't sound right, but it is going to be the case tomorrow. There's a storm system way back here in the Great Lakes, and it's going to swirl up to our west into Canada. Out ahead of it, it'll throw some milder air our way, and then in the afternoon, it'll throw some snow showers our way. Well, we'll get a little burst of snow tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening out ahead of another cold blast. In the end, we'll see a coating to 1 inch throughout most of eastern Massachusetts, and there might be a little bit more out here in the Worcester Hills and in southwestern New Hampshire, the Monadnock region. I'll talk about the cold blast that follows to finish up the weekend in about 10 minutes. I'll see you guys then, Jack.
What a winter. Okay, Todd, thank you. Well, another water main break in this extreme cold. This one was in Milton on the Blue Hill Parkway. Road had to be closed for hours, but it did reopen in time for the evening commute. You know, fighting fires, that's tough work. But these frigid conditions make the job more dangerous.
And tonight, Paul Burton shows us how firefighters face that challenge and others in Waltham here to get the upper hand on this fire.
There was smoke. There was smoke coming from the room. We had to just run out.
Fighting back tears, Stephanie Patrick says she has a lot to be thankful for after a fire ripped through the top floor of her apartment on Prospect Ave Street in Waltham. At first, she thought her roommate was trapped inside, so she and Dan Reedy ran back in to help.
The door was locked to the bedroom. I kicked the door open and smoke poured out.
Did a search. There was a report of people in the building. As of now, that proved to be negative.
Chief Paul Ciccone says frigid temperatures made this fire extremely tough to fight. Several firefighters slipped while trying to put it out.
The weather, the location, it's a narrow street. It's very icy. We're in the process of getting sand brought in. Very hazardous.
Cold and distraught, Dan Reedy says he sells books and classic records online and fears his entire collection may be gone.
I've lived here for 8 years, and everything that I have, sentimentally and otherwise, is in there.
There are many things that could have happened, and the greatest thing is that nobody died.
So far, no word on the cause for this blaze. The fire remains investigation. In Waltham, Al Palberg, WBZ News.
A young boy injured in a backyard zip line accident has died. The Bristol County District Attorney's Office says that Matthew Cox died this afternoon. It was on the day after Christmas that Cox was using a zip line tied between two trees. The trees gave way. It collapsed on him. Cox was only 10 years old. The DA says there is no crime here. It's simply a terrible accident.
Just days before an ex-con was to stand trial for sexually assaulting a woman on Beacon Hill, he pleads guilty to the crime. Today, Anthony Williams admitted in court that he followed the victim into her home, terrorized her, and attacked her. That assault just over a year ago frightened women on Beacon Hill. Police caught Williams after he was captured on surveillance video using the victim's credit card. He's been sentenced up to 22 years in prison.
Now at 6, a mother back in court as family members demand to know what happened to her little son. Elsa Oliver was back in court so a judge could decide whether she's competent to stand trial. Oliver's son Jeremiah is missing. Investigators fear he may have been murdered, but his mother is not explaining where he is. And as Ken McLeod shows us, the family's frustration erupted in court today.
An uncle's frustration boiled over when this morning's hearing again shed no light on the whereabouts of young Jeremiah Oliver.
It's like months keep passing by and I still have no answers. And it's frustrating, it really is.
Indeed, it was 3 months before his sister's tip revealed Jeremiah was missing because DCF had failed to check on him since May, despite pervasive reports of abuse in the Fitchburg home by his mom and her boyfriend, Alberto Sierra.
I blame Jeff in the sense where they were irresponsible of their duties.
However, today's court session focused on the mental health of Elsa Oliver, the boy's mother. She's got a history of drugs, paranoia, and depression, but after a 30-day psych evaluation, the judge ruled her competent to face charges she beat her kids and cover for her boyfriend to do the same. She has declined to tell authorities what's happened to Jeremiah.
I wouldn't want to comment on that. I'm really not sure at this point what she is aware of or isn't aware of.
Investigators fear the boy has been murdered. His biological father thinks he could get to the bottom of it if permitted a face-to-face with his ex.
I believe if they allow me to talk to her, I believe she'll probably tell me something.
If it's presented to me, I'll consider it. Obviously, I'd be somewhat skeptical of it initially.
Jeremiah's uncle narrowly avoided contempt charges for that courtroom outburst, but even the judge admitted she understands his frustration with so few answers in his nephew's disappearance. In Pittsburgh, Ken McLeod, WBZ News.
Coming up on WBZ News tonight, a Facebook fake, a man pretending to be a fallen cod Marine busted by police. The digital clues that led to his arrest.
She thought her boyfriend was getting arrested. Then he pulled out the ring. Why a man wanted New Hampshire police to help him with this unique proposal.
Turnover trouble for the Patriots in the offseason. Another loss could be in the works for Bill Belichick's team.
And expect more of the same this weekend. Cold and snow, although this time around, the snow won't be so much. I'll have the forecast coming up after the break.
I like the way you move. I like the way you give me so much fun.
Road gripping, symmetrical, all-wheel drive, standard. The Outback was awarded Top Safety Pick Plus by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Drive home, a equipped at $23,795.
What is this, the hoity-toity store?
Look at me.
Yeah, well, this sure looks expensive.
You could pay $5,000 or more for a bedroom like this at the hoity-toity store.
Who has $5,000?
Relax. Look at me. The complete 8-piece bedroom is only $12.99 at my Bob.
Dresser, mirror, head, footboard, 2 wood rails, chest, and even a nightstand.
All of it only $12.99.
It's a Bible-rama of value.
Xfinity versus Fios. Who comes out on top? Xfinity gives you 3 times the in-home Wi-Fi speed. Xfinity has way more Wi-Fi hotspots, more shows available on demand, and streaming online. And Xfinity can record 4 shows at the same time. Fios just 2. Fios talks big, but only Xfinity delivers. See for yourself at getallthefacts.com. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
A man pioneers a way to see the unseen. Radar, forever providing safer journeys. The Mazda 6 uses radar in its available class-exclusive suite of 7 safety features for greater confidence behind the wheel. Introducing the Mazda 6. What do you drive? Now, get the 2014 Mazda 6 with Skyactiv technology for 0.9% APR for 60 months.
Hey, son. Can I borrow your car?
Again? How long?
Not long.
You're not going to do anything stupid, are you? Oh. And have it home by 10. 10? Okay, midnight.
The Mercedes-Benz CLA.
Dad!
Available at her chambers for an affordable $30,895.
Well, tonight, police say they've figured out who is impersonating a fallen hero from Cape Cod online. Brandon Ashraf, who lives just outside Buffalo, New York, has been arrested for impersonating Matthew Puccino, a Green Beret who was killed in Afghanistan 4 years ago. Police say Ashraf now admits that for 2 years, he posed as Matthew on Facebook and on dating websites. A woman he met on one of those sites figured it out and contacted Puccino's sister, who called police.
New tonight at 6 o'clock. It was a routine traffic stop that turned into a life-changing moment for one woman. This was really hard to believe. Samantha Labo thought that her boyfriend was going to be arrested, but then the handcuffs came off, and her boyfriend pulled out an engagement ring. So why would he cook up this very unusual proposal? Well, our New Hampshire Bureau Chief Michael Rosenfield has the reason why.
Police sirens and officers laughing, setting in motion a stunt that would lead to a lifetime of precious memories.
Good evening, Chief Anderson. Want to please call with your license and registration, please?
Police in New London pulled over Matt Van Vliet and Samantha Labo, graduates from Colby Sawyer, back in town for a reunion with them.
Are you driving the car? Then we won't be asking any questions.
What Samantha didn't know when the couple was pulled over here on Main Street is that her boyfriend, with an assist from police, had planned the entire setup.
Matt called me up and started off the conversation with, you may not remember me, but you arrested me 4 years ago.
Turns out the couple met when they were busted by New London police and Anderson himself for underage drinking at a college party when they were freshmen.
We kind of met in jail, sort of, so I thought it'd be cool to include the cops again, and my mom said surprises were the best way to do it, so I guess I went kind of overboard, but it worked out pretty well.
Matt, I got a warrant for your arrest. Let's step out of the car. Both of you out of the car, actually.
Samantha can be heard crying as Matt is handcuffed, but the chief would let him go, and Matt got down on one knee. Friends rushed in to share the surprise, a traffic stop that starts a new adventure.
I said I went from being absolutely terrified to being the most happiest like I've ever been.
In New
forgive him first for a fraction of a second?
I mean, so many things could have gone wrong. You'd have fainted, this and that. But, you know, God bless him. And the police chief, by the way, came in on his day off. So I thought he had a pretty good sense of humor, too.
And to have a whole new relationship with him.
A relationship that started when they were being naughty as freshmen.
That's
It's
right.
worked out.
New beginning. Great story.
Got some great video for you. Lisa, you better describe this thing, because I got to tell you, this looks better than drifting in a snowdrift.
Oh, sometimes we just have to have a little escape, even if it's through video. This is Half Moon Bay, California, about a half hour south of San Francisco. Todd, just to look at that somehow warms the room.
We're just teasing everybody right now. This is cruel. Beaches and surfing and warm weather out west. Well, we didn't even clear 20 degrees today. Your high temperature today, 19 degrees, the low 7. Boy, we've been below freezing a while. In fact, it's been below the freezing mark, 32 degrees, since last Monday night at 8 o'clock, almost the entire work week. 93 hours and counting. But the end of this cold tunnel is in sight. After tonight, tomorrow we're actually going to warm up a little bit. 16 right now in Boston, 15 Lawrence, 13 Taunton, single digits out to the west. Worcester's at 7 right now. And when you factor in the wind, it feels like either side of 0. 2 Lawrence, 2 Boston, 5 Taunton, and 5 below 0 in Worcester. So you still have to dress in layers tonight when you're out on the town. But tomorrow, we're actually going to warm things up. Clouds roll in tonight. Storm system out here will throw a ribbon of warmth up the coastline, so we clear the freezing mark, but we're also going to see some snow tomorrow afternoon. Not a lot, but a little bit. There'll be some minor accumulations, which I'll show you in a second. Increasing clouds tonight. It'll be breezy, and that'll actually help our temperatures from free falling. We'll stay in the mid-teens along the coastline, including the city of Boston, but again, colder out to the suburbs. Some of them will dip into these single digits. Snow showers tomorrow in the afternoon. Yes, a bit milder, 37 degrees, the high temperature. That's going to feel balmy. We'll have a southwest wind between 15 and 85 miles per hour. The snow will end tomorrow evening. We clear out. We're in the teens. The wind stays pretty strong, west at 10 to 20 miles per hour, and that draws in some even more frigid air for the end of the weekend. Clouds arrive late in the day. We'll have a lot of sunshine at least, but our high temperature on Sunday, only 20 degrees, and it'll feel much, much colder than that with the wind. So let's time out this snow for tomorrow. Just some flurries tomorrow morning, and then a band of snow will work in from the west during the afternoon, and it'll be coming down in the evening. We'll get a little burst of snow during the evening, and then it clears the coastline by about 7 or 8 o'clock. Behind it, it'll leave behind a coating to an inch of snow for eastern Massachusetts, and maybe a little bit through the Worcester Hills and the Monadnock region in New Hampshire, probably 1 to 3 inches. By the way, the ski resorts should pick up about 3 to 6 inches of snow through the upcoming weekend. So a pretty good weekend for skiing, especially tomorrow with the somewhat milder temperatures. By Sunday, though, it's getting a lot colder up there. Accuweather 7-day forecast, a coating of snow by the end of the day tomorrow with a high temperature of 37 degrees. Sunday, bright and sunny, but windy again, and also cold again. High temperature 20. Monday, briefly milder, above the freezing, the snow shower. Another thick blast for the middle of next week, a high of 18 degrees on Tuesday. Wednesday, in the mid-20s. There'll be a close call next week with an offshore storm system, which we'll watch very closely. But right now, all indications are that it stays offshore, which obviously is some great news after this stormy stretch. If you can, join us tonight at 11 o'clock. I'll have an update on the forecast. If not, have yourselves a great weekend. Jack and Lisa, back to you.
All right, great to have you with us, Todd. Thanks. Maybe that's why some of the Pat staffers are leaving. They just look at that forecast and like, okay, that's it. That's it. We're out.
I'm going to Miami. That's what they're saying.
Let's just hope they're not all saying that. Let's just hope it's not all the case. You know, in the past few days, the Patriots have lost their offensive line coach, their tight ends coach, and their linebackers coach. And then today, there's news that Director of Player Personnel Nick Caserio interviewing for the Dolphins GM job. Bill Belichick said there was going to be staff changes, but this is a bit much. Caserio has been with the Pats for 12 years, but he's had his current role since 2008. The Colts wanted him to interview for their GM job back in 2012, but Nick turned them down. Right now, the Dolphins are the only team in the NFL without a general manager in place. It would be huge if they could land Caserio. To basketball now, the Celtics are at the Garden tonight, taking Oklahoma City Thunder. Boston beat Washington on Wednesday, but they haven't won 2 in a row in over a month. Now tonight should be a little bit easier for the Green because the league's top scorer, Kevin Durant, is not going to play because of a sore shoulder. Durant was a game-time decision, but now he is out. Celtics head coach Brad Stevens not playing any tears over this one. He spoke to Gresham Zoe on 98.5 The Sports Hub today and said This is how we fight and stop this guy.
It's a great question that we can all honestly say nobody has the answer to. Kevin is as good as they come. He can score the ball so many different ways. And guys around him really compliment him. It's a really well-rounded team. There's questions. There ain't as big of a superstar as there is.
Meanwhile, Rajon Rondo will be back in the lineup after sitting out Wednesday's game, which was the second of back-to-back nights. Brad Stevens also told Greg Chazelle to keep expectations low as Rondo works his way back from his knee surgery.
We can't expect him to be in Game 7 form right now. He is in game number 4 of his exhibition season today. And that's the way that I've looked at it, and that's the way that our staff and medical staff and everybody else looked at it, and it's part of the process of fully rehabbing. And so you can't expect him to be who he is at his very best. He's getting back to that point.
Let's talk warm weather now, and Red Sox pitchers and catchers report to Fort Myers for spring training on February 15th. The Sox, of course, are trying to repeat as World Series champs, and they couldn't do that in 2004 and 2007. When Sox GM Ben Cherington was putting this year's team together, he decided to keep the blueprint the same as last year.
We wanted to pursue players in the same in the same context that we did last offseason. Guys that we felt fit into what we're trying to do from a skill standpoint on the field, off the field, fit into the long-term plan too. And hopefully we've been able to do that. You know, we're focused on building the best team we can each year. And we feel good about the team we have going into this year.
It's got a lot of guys who want to be there, and they're going to shave.
Right?
Yes, sir. They're gonna trim up. They're going to trim up.
All right, thank you, Levin.
Well, the CBS Evening News is coming up right here at 6:30.
And Scott Pelley one more time joins us live from New York City with the preview. Scott.
Hey, Jack. Happy Friday. Great to be with you in Boston. Well, the markets took it on the chin this Friday. The Dow off more than 300 points. The S&P off 2%. We're going to have Anthony Mason here with us on the Evening News to explain to us why this happened and what it means. That and the rest of the world news coming for you in about 10 minutes on the CS Evening News.
All right, Scott, thank you. Still to come, a winter wonderland. Not everybody thinks so. An idea for an outdoor skating rink gets a rather frosty reception.
Traction Challenge is on. The all-wheel drive Toyota Venza versus the worst winter driving surface AMCI testing can create. Ice. Traction test number 1, front wheels on ice. Traction test 2, rear wheels on ice. Now, all 4 wheels taking on 50 feet of ice. Result, Venza 3, ice 0. The winter-ready all-wheel drive Toyota Venza. Proof it's possible to have utility and style.
Okay, 6 more visits, and you'll have your new dentures.
6?
6.
How about 3?
6.
4?
6.
4.5?
6.
5?
6. Okay, hold it. Let's try something new.
Okay, Mrs. Tucker, your dentures will be ready this Friday. You can do that? We do that. No way. Yes, way. No. Yes. How?
Aspen Dental is doing whatever it takes to give America a healthy mouth. Like on-site denture labs for dentures in days, not weeks. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL because your mouth is our mission.
There's something to be said about good leather. It lasts forever, just like my old baseball glove. And leather furniture lasts a long time, too. Rate now, buy any leather living room for $4.99 or more, and you'll get 2 free tickets to see the Red Sox home opener at Fenway. Or 3 tickets to the Red Sox play New York Fenway. Tickets are limited, so don't wait. The perfect leather living room and up to 48 months no interest financing. The only tough decision will be which game.
Now that I'm on my own, I'm using my AAA card for a lot. And my AAA card helped me save money on everything. Moving on my own car, even stuff I'd never expect. Like student loans, my cell phone, shopping, and movie tickets. AAA even helped me plan a road trip in my friend's car. And my membership covers me even when I'm not in my own car. Next time, I think.
Call 1-800-JOIN-AAA or join at AAA.com. Membership for life.
Have fun. Me too.
Lease the
2014 Audi A4 2.0T Premium Quattro from Audi Burlington today.
CBS Sunday, live on the Grammys. Superstars Bruno Mars, Keith Urban, Taylor Swift, Hunter Hayes, Katy Perry, Lorde, Robin Thicke with Chicago, John Legend, and that's just the first hour. Plus, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, Pink and Nate Ruess, Beatle greats Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, and wait till you see who opens the show. Hello, Cool J hosts. The Grammys live Sunday, only CBS.
Federal investigators have cited the Pilgrim nuclear plant for 5 security violations. That's higher than normal, but 2 of those violations occurred more than 1 year ago. Pilgrim's management says the safety and security of the plant were never at risk. Some of the issues raised were quickly addressed. 2 years ago, Pilgrim's operating license was renewed for another 2 decades, despite some opposition from others.
Well, neighbors may have lost theirs to block an outdoor skating rink in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. The Strawberry Bank Museum wants to build a rink that would be open for 3 months in the winter. Well, neighbors sued. They said the rink would bring noise and traffic to the area, but a judge is refusing to block the rink. The neighbors' last hope may be with the city planning board. It still has to review the rink. And this has been in the works for years, but construction is finally about to begin on Boston's public food market. This is going to be above the Haymarket Tea Stop. It will give local farmers and fishermen a place to sell their goods. It's expected to open next year. Can't wait.
Might have a restaurant in there, too.
I mean, just so many more reasons to go to that area.
There you go. See all the good news we have for you, and we're going to look at a break in the weather coming up in a moment.
We'll be right back.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Honda. Start something special with great leases and low financing on a new Honda. Visit shophonda.com or visit your local Honda dealer.
Good afternoon, everybody. As promised, the flakes of line.
When winter weather hits New England, WBZ Chief Meteorologist Eric Fisher covers it like no one else.
Looking out the mobile AccuWeather lab, this is where we mean most of the snow stack up. Conditions are just right in the atmosphere. As we head through the night, that mixed line starts to move in.
Join Eric Fisher and go wherever the weather takes us. Weeknights on WBZ News.
Hey, son. Can I borrow your car?
Again? How long?
Not long.
You're not going to do anything stupid, are you? Oh. And have it home by 10.
10?
Okay, midnight.
The Mercedes-Benz CLA.
Dad!
Available at her chambers for an affordable $30,895.
What makes Greater Gardner Furniture Outlets a smarter way to shop for furniture? Come see for yourself. We've got the biggest selection of brand name furniture around. American-made, traditional, contemporary. With over 200,000 square feet of quality furniture and decor ideas, we've got your style. And more than 250 brand names at outlet prices. 4 outlets, 1 destination. In the furniture capital of New England. Greater Gardner Furniture Outlets. Winter sale going on now.
Get your 2014 Red Sox summer tickets starting January 25th. Your game could be the game.
At Bach Honda, we are well aware that winter is the toughest time to sell. But think about it. The toughest time to sell has to be the best time to buy. At one of our 2 great locations, Bach Honda on the Auto Mile, Route 1 in Norwood, or Bach Honda West in Westford, Mass.
Come on down.
Drive home a brand new Honda Odyssey for just $169 per month. 2 great Bach Honda locations, 1 legendary low Bach Honda price.
We know you see us on television quite a bit.
But happy customers are still our best form of advertising.
Here's an offer that's sure to make you happy. Buy any living room set and choose a free select set of tables. Buy a bedroom set and get a free select Sealy mattress and box spring. Buy a dining room and get $200 in free groceries. It's just our way of keeping customers happy at...
The CBS Evening News, celebrating 50 years of the very best original
when the Grammy Award winners are announced Sunday night. The Berklee College of Music, the students, the staff, the alumni, they're all going to be watching closely.
Well, I don't blame them. 31 Berklee alums are up for a total of 36 Grammys. And that includes 3 members of the band Imagine Dragons. Their song Radioactive was up for the Record of the Year. Berklee alums are also nominated the Album and Song of the Year categories for their work behind the scenes. And of course, you can see the Grammys right here on WBZ Sunday night starting at 8 bells.
And by Sunday, that cold weather is going to move back, but we do get a reprieve.
Yeah, more of the same this weekend. It involves cold, it involves snow, although the snow will not be a big deal. We're just looking at a coating tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures actually climb into the 30s.
Stop it.
Wow.